nature bestows the beauty. Winter snow in the Australian mountains. But what does a professional skier do on his day off? Why, he goes skiing, of course. Preferably not on a packed track, but in the beautiful stretches of deep, untouched powder snow. Here, Olympic gold medalist Roger Staub, the only world champion ever to ski instruct in Australia, skis on the upper slopes of Smiggen Holes, where he conducts our ski school. Halfway down the slope, Rosalie, a Swiss ski instructress, spots Roger and starts a chase. It is not long before Roger sees Rosalie, and the fun is on. Rosalie is not far behind, and she knows that she has not much chance of catching up now, unless... And this happens even to the best. A sudden unwanted stop that you cannot deny because you are white all over. So Rosalie made it after all. She caught up with the champion. There can hardly be a more unusual end to the run, an entry into the Smiggen's pub, than this. Over 500 feet are the longest ski jumps. Many kinds of competitions are staged on snow, and this is one of them. There are practice jumps for the biggest ski jumping contest, which happens only once in 4 years. This is when the world sports greats gather up to compete for the honor of their countries and for the glory of the sport, the Olympic Games. Veikko Kankkonen of Finland one of the favourites in the big ski jumping event of the Innsbruck Olympiad. Here he is in his first jump. And walks up for the second. And this was the best, the most beautiful jump of the Games, and the longest too record for the jump hill. Canconen is now well in the lead. A perfect landing too. But in the third and last jump, he touched the snow with his hands, for which many points are deducted for style. Thoralf Engen of Norway. Engen, a name which has already become a legend during his lifetime. After his first and second jump, he is just behind Canconen. Then, putting everything into his third attempt, he makes it, an Olympic gold medal. "60,000 spectators packed the stadium of this capital of the Austrian province of Tyrol. Downhill race, perhaps the most thrilling of all snow competitions. 110 miles per hour are highest speeds recorded. This is the Olympic downhill event at Innsbruck. 2 Australians competed in this race after the tragic death on this course of the youngest team member, Ross Milne. Australian Simon Brown on the course. And another Australian, Peter Wenzel. This was one of the fastest stretches of the course, and this was the only member of the Indian team. And first aid sleds on the way down. Meat wagons, they call them. Only a few seconds earlier, this man finished and got a bronze medal for the longest and most grueling of the Olympiad races, the 50-kilometre cross-country. Through a freak draw, the 2 heroes of this contest, a Finn and a Swede, started only half a minute apart. Among them, holders of many gold medals and world championships. Here at the halfway mark, the Swede caught up with the 7 years younger Finn and is now alone and in the lead. Sixten Yenberry is 35 years old on this day. And what a birthday present. Olympic gold medal. But he is through the finish line. Men's giant slalom, perhaps the best contest on snow of the Innsbruck Olympiad. Some 30 nations took part in this contest. Here, starting for Iran, is the Aga Khan, the spiritual leader of Ismail. His 30 million followers call him God. Australian Peter Brockhoff. The best-placed Australian was Simon Brown. He was very proud, beating the Aga Khan by 1 second. Peter Wenzel, Australia. The winner was Frenchman Francois Bonnier. At 27, just a little too old for this kind of thing, the win gave him a new confidence. And before the next race, slalom, he said, "I shall win tomorrow." And this is that race in slow motion. If he can fall, I can. The school children of Island Bend in the Snowy Mountains are staging their competition in slalom with varying degrees of success. But there are marks of a champion on this boy, Alan Coleman from Smigan Holes, and he wins the race with ease. Happy smile for the winner. Yet another kind of competition on snow, a kind of relay race on snow. The Red Indian in snowshoes touches the character with the sled, who runs up with the sled. Next person slides down and touches the female in the bag. Throw the ball at the hurdling Langlaufer. First through a tunnel, then on slanted boards, over a seesaw, but here her luck runs out. She gets stuck in such an awkward position that if they did not pull her out, she would still be there until the summer sun melted the snow. Have you ever tried snowshoes? It is not really that easy. Many spills, lots of fun. But the real excitement came when the two favourites got underway. Merv, the Tahitian girl, closely followed by Rudolph, the Egyptian Eskimo. Merv, the Tahitian girl, is still in the lead. But Rudolph, the Egyptian Eskimo, is closing the gap. Merv, the Tahitian girl, is losing time in the tight gates. And Rudolph, the Egyptian Eskimo, is right on his heels. It is a very exciting race now, and it is only in the last few yards that Rudolph, the Egyptian Eskimo, managed to be first for the drink, with Merv, the Tahitian girl, several lengths behind. The highest peaks of the Australian continent, Mount Twynham, Mount Townsend, and Mount Kosciuszko itself. Kosciuszko Chalet. Here comes Heli Sommerau, for many years the chief instructor at the chalet. Originally from Innsbruck, Austria, once Canadian national champion. But we have to leave Heli. The main range threatens to unleash one of its sudden changes of mood. Another day and another place. One of the most colourful personalities in the snow country. For many years, chief instructor at Perisher, John Effier, winner of the first professional races held in Australia, now the lodge keeper of Chez Jean, pronounced Cheesy Jeans. But with skiing, as with everything, not all the things always go the way you would like them to go. And John certainly did not intend to perform this spectacular feat. Some of the richest deposits of cars are usually found under the snow after a good old-fashioned blizzard. Some owners have the advantage of recognizing their own luggage rack or aerial, but most of them just have to dig and dig and dig. Some owners pegged out claims on the spots they thought their own car may be. But one particular owner held an auction on the snow and sold his car, buried under the snow, sight unseen. When the blizzard comes, everything stops, and this costs the resort operators a lot of money. So when the sun comes out, one way to get the money back is to have things move faster. Every skier represents money. Faster, faster, faster. 10, 100, thousands. In this calculated confusion, it was bound to happen that there were plenty of collisions. Two fellows collided in such a strange way. While trying to sort out their respective bodies, wrong buttons were accidentally buttoned to wrong buttonholes, and wrong half of zippers zipped to other wrong half of zippers. It was not until the last zipper was unzipped and the last button unbuttoned that they fell apart, none the worse for the experience. Yet another kind of contest in the mountains. Every year in October, the KISS Club, which is short for Perisher International Sports and Social Club, stages this colourful regatta between two bridges in the Perisher Valley. The mountain staff would create a fantastic variety of craft during the winter and usually during their working time. There are strict rules to obey. Outside help is not permitted, and points are deducted for foul language. This is what you call service. These girls are having their hair set while they watch the race. This little lady won the race after a splendid performance. But her sister ship was most unlucky. The captain almost drowned several times, but despite all that finished the race. obeying the rules to stand up and salute the judges through the finish line. Cared to ask me, I would have told this fellow that this silly boat cannot work. It's a cold job for the timekeeper, but he has his ways to keep warm. But the most beautiful of them all, and the envy of all the other contestants, was this beauty with pink sails. However, this was not a day for beautiful boats. Through extensive intake of liquids, the crew suffered very early from attacks of scurvy. A mutiny followed and the captain and officers were thrown overboard. And then, through an inexcusable oversight in design, the remaining crew had to break away all the superstructure in order to push the boat under the bridge to the finishing line. A sad end to what was a pride of Perisher only moments earlier. A sad sight of the proud nameplate Belle Poitrine floating abandoned towards the snowy river and the Pacific Ocean. Summer comes to the mountains, and the slopes, until only recently covered by heavy snow, change their colour to dozens of dyes and hues. The Alpine flowers of Kosciuszko. The higher slopes are still covered in snow, and the die-hard skiing enthusiasts cannot give up their favourite sports. It is Christmas time, and as almost every year, the summer picnic races are on, this time at Thredbo. Everybody who can ski a bit takes part, and there are many spills and falls. The well-dressed, and the well undressed. I set the course every year, and it is a kind of tradition that I always incorporate a trap or two for the unwary skier. But this particular trap almost got out of hand. Too much speed in a tricky spot, and there was nothing in the way to stop the slide right down into the creek. There was more racing and lots of fun and frolic for everybody on this day, in summer, on the snow. And then everybody departs, and there is nobody left. The wind chases the clouds over the sky, and I take my skis and pack and climb higher and higher until there is nowhere higher to go. There is not a living soul around, not even a bird in the sky. Highest peak of a continent. unreal. Mysterious. Dream. This is the end of the film, but before the day was over, most extraordinary things happened to me on the slopes of Mount Kosciuszko. Ha! You know the feeling you sometimes get? Somebody is watching you? Well, I felt like it when I climbed the mountain. But this is simply ridiculous. This was only one of the things that happened to me. All was so strange that I made a whole film about the experiences. And which mountain is its name?